everyone, and welcome to the Sedona International Film Festival. It is our 25th silver anniversary. We are coming to you live from the Sedona Rouge Hotel and Spa, and they're one of our sponsors that we would like to thank in part, as well as Black Magic Design and Digitax. So thank you to our sponsors. And I'd like to join Jen Rudin with the film Lucy in the Sky. Welcome.
Hi.
It's so nice to have you here, a fellow New Yorker, as we were just talking about.
Yes.
So is this your first time in Sedona?
No, it's my third time. So I
Oh.
actually was at the film festival in 2006.
Mm-hmm.
I was the casting director at the time for Disney Feature Animation, and I think there was a panel, an animation panel back then. So I was here in 2006, and then when my father turned 70, he wanted to take the whole family to some place where no one had ever been, so we all came to Sedona in 2004.
Oh,
So it's my
nice.
third
So it's
visit.
been quite some time since you've been here then,
Yeah.
right? Nothing has changed.
Beautiful. The scenery hasn't changed.
Nothing has changed.
We have a Whole Foods now, which is exciting.
That's true.
And we have one in Harlem as well. So,
I think that's probably the only change since the time you've been here. Well, you know, it's such a pleasure to have you. I did watch your film, which was amazing. We do have a clip of it, so I do want to show a clip and then talk about it a little bit. I'll have to ask about the glasses.
Dr. Susan says that today is the first day of the rest of my life. Which is something that doesn't make sense because the first day of the rest of my life is the day my twin sister Rachel and I were born. I didn't connect right to my mom's umbilical cord, so I didn't get all of the right nutrients pumped to my brain. Lucy, let's go. My dad says that Rachel's got the whole package, which is another phrase that doesn't make sense. Yes, Rachel's popular, and Rachel does the school plays. But I'm the one that's good at math and science. Rachel says that I lack creative talent. Today is the first day of the rest of my life. Because today I go to mainstream high school. No, correct.
that's it.
Yay! It was wonderful. I mean, I think there was so many twists and turns in here because at first, when you see it, you don't realize that Lucy that she's autistic.
Mm-hmm.
So, and tell me a little bit about the actress.
Sure. So Zoe Margaret Colletti plays
Mm-hmm.
Lucy, and I'm a casting director as well as a writer and producer. And so Zoe, who plays Lucy, and Quinn McColgan, who plays her twin sister Rachel, are young actors that I have known since they were 7, 8, and have auditioned over the years. And the timing was right for both of these wonderful young actresses, and they're the nicest girls. Zoe is really on the rise. She next stars in Guillermo del Toro's movie Scary Stories to Tell, which comes out in August, and she also stars in Skin, which comes out in August. The short film version of Skin just won the Oscar, and then the feature's coming out too. So Zoe Margaret Colletti, and I was lucky. We got her. We got her for that weekend.
Well, tell us the whole premise of the film.
Sure. So Lucy is 14 years old, and she has a twin sister. Lucy's on the spectrum. Her twin sister Rachel is not. So Lucy in the Sky is about Lucy's first few days mainstreaming in high school, and as you know, being a teenager, there are so many anxieties and social anxieties and stuff that you have to deal with, and it's even harder for Lucy to navigate because she's on the spectrum. The short film is a standalone short, and it's also a proof of concept for a full series called Lucy in the Sky. I was lucky enough to earn my MFA at NYU in dramatic writing, and the project won a Sloan Award, so we used some of that grant money to make a short film, and we're so happy to be here.
Awesome. And there was a surprise guest appearance.
Well,
of course.
Whoopi Goldberg plays Lucy's drama teacher, and she's actually really important and pivotal in Lucy's life because Rachel's always been the drama person at the high school, and when Lucy arrives, Ms. Lewis gives Lucy a chance to audition for The Crucible, and while of course Rachel doesn't want her sister to steal her star, Miss Lewis decides to cast both the girls to share the role of Abigail and play with the meta concept of twins, and this obviously does not make Rachel very happy, but for Lucy, the theater is going to be a place where she can find focus and explore and really come to fruition as her own person. Mm-hmm. So yes, Whoopi Goldberg.
I know. When I saw that, I was like, "Oh wow, that was that was like a great little surprise."
She was great. We had a wonderful day on set, and it was a true joy. She was obviously very impressed with our young actors and made everything I wrote even better.
Well, what you wrote was amazing. It was really good.
Thank you.
Do you have any, I mean, you dealt with the subject of autism, so do you have any experience with that in your personal life to touch on this, or was there a reason that you touched on this particular subject?
Sure. So there are family members in my extended family who are on the spectrum, and I was really tasked at NYU to apply for this Sloan grant, and it has to do with science and technology. And because I'm a casting director, I have written scripts about child actors and agents and casting directors and stage moms, and I could do all that in my sleep. And I really wanted to get out of my comfort zone and challenge myself. So I probably conducted 50 to 75 interviews with parents of kids on the spectrum, including parents who have twins, where one did not connect right to the umbilical cord and one twin did, and met with a lot of kids on the spectrum, and also visited some schools where, I mean, really one-to-one ratio with the teachers. So I did a lot of research, and also for the Sloan grant, I had an advisor, Dr. Melissa Nishwala from NYU, who is head of child autism research, and she was my advisor. So she read all my versions, we talked on the phone, she sent me articles, because the Sloan folks want to make sure that the story we're telling is true for real life. So all the facts you hear about the different medications that Lucy's going to be on and the genetic study that's going to happen for her and her sister as part of the series, it's all been approved by this my Sloan advisor at NYU. So we did our research, and it was great. And I had a really good time getting out of my comfort zone and learning and doing something different.
I think that's really important in a subject also to talk about, because I think people, when they watch a film, they don't really get like the time that it takes to actually do the research that you had to do.
There's rigor in research. There should be good rigor in research in every project that you're doing. When I worked on Lucy, it was my second semester at NYU. I was in grad school, coming back to grad school later in life. I was planning a wedding. I was casting. I was in NYU doing my classes. So it was a really busy time. And sometimes when you have no free time is the time when you're the most prolific. And so out of all my scripts at NYU, obviously Lucy is the one that I'm most proud of.
Well, yeah, you should be.
And here we are.
Yeah, I know. And you know what's interesting? A friend of mine, she actually, for television shows, and I believe movies as well, they have monitors. Like, they actually have to monitor what is being discussed on television or for any of the shows, like the cop dramas or anything like that, so that they have all the information correct and that nothing goes by that's not. So
it's really important, because if you see a world that you're part of in your personal life represented on screen or TV and the facts are wrong, you're not going to want to watch. And so in addition to Dr. Nishwala, my very good friend from college, Dr. Sarah Hurwitz, does autism research at Indiana University. So she was also one of the consultants. And I spent some time at Indiana University watching her do her own research with kids on the spectrum. She put a little video camera in glasses and would put the glasses on the child, and then she would have her glasses, and it would videotape their conversation, so you could see where you looked down, where you looked up, where you made eye contact. So that's another thing that we'll incorporate when Lucy becomes a series. So I did my research, and I asked questions, and people want to see their world reflected on the screen properly. I certainly know when I see anything about actors or agents or casting directors, if it's not done right, I want to turn the show off and watch something else.
Mm-hmm. And Jen, how can people find out about your particular film?
Sure. So Lucy in the Sky, film.com, jenrudin.com, Purple Glasses Productions.com is our production company. I'm on Twitter at Rudin Jen, and Instagram, everybody J. We have a Facebook page, Lucy in the Sky Movie, so there's ways to find it, and we're happy to be here.
That's awesome. And when is your film being shown?
So we are screening Thursday night at 7 and Saturday at 1 in the Gone Astray Shorts Program 3.
Awesome. And I have to ask you one more question, because you said when this becomes a series. So is it actually happening?
We're in the process of starting to pitch and all of that. So, if anyone's here who wants to talk more, you can come and find me.
All right. You're just setting the intention out into Sedona,
well,
so it does happen.
Putting out the good vibes for the vortex. And
yes,
maybe
exactly.
the vortex will, which I have to revisit, actually. We're going to go to the vortex and feel the energy.
Yeah. You feel it all over Sedona. There's spots, but it's all over.
Great.
So thank you so much for joining us.
Thank
we
you.
really appreciate it. And we will be back with more from the Sedona International Film Festival after this.